Welcome back to the community, everybody, and thanks for being part of it. Today, we're going to go ahead, I'm going to uncover the 67. I'm going to pause and take a break for the day and go over this car exceptionally well. I didn't get to do it down at the property or the salvage yard, whatever you want to refer to it as, because I was really busy, so I looked over the main parts. But let's take a look at it and see how solid it is, what we have to do, because I want to be able to start getting some of the parts off of the other 67s before they leave the salvage yard and go get crushed or anything. So now's the time to check this to see if I need the parts. That's why I'm doing it. So let's go ahead and get it uncovered and check it out closely.
Oh, I think the bungee cord took off.
All right, I'm going to try to get this trunk lid open first. It's kind of screwed up. There's no handle on it, but we know the deal. Let's see if we can pull it open. It was stuck. I see what it's doing. It's sticking on the one side. Okay, let's bring you up close here. So what's happening, I can feel the lip under here. It's grabbing right here. I can tell because it's pulling that lip up. So that can be fixed. I don't know. It looks like somebody had changed this front apron. Cable's still hooked up. So a little bit of grinding work, a little modifying, and I could probably make this right so it opens okay. So let's take a look a little further. It appears to me that somebody did, that don't look like factory VW welds. Somebody messed with the apron. I'll just have to get it straightened out. So let's look down inside here. It doesn't look like, I do see a little buckling right here. I can't tell if that's normal or not. The other side's the same exact way. So honestly, it doesn't look like it was wrecked. It's hard to get video inside of here, but it don't look like it was wrecked though. And everything is still intact. I really like that the tag's there. So, and that's great because the tag matched the chassis number. But see, I can tell somebody had messed with this. So that's okay. That's what this is all about, you know, fixing everything up the proper way. The gas tank, if I feel that I can't get it clean enough, I like stock German stuff, I'll go ahead and have it relined inside. I'll probably do it myself. Look at that cool cap. Okay, ints are not going to see in there, but it's not real bad, truthfully. Now, as we can tell, let me get my tripod. Somebody had switched over and made a homemade fuse panel. Isn't that creepy? Yeah, people do that, but they had a lot going on here. So, but they didn't hack the factory hole for the fuse panel, and I have a factory one for it. So what we'll end up doing is ripping this out completely. I think that's the right way to do it, and then we'll just put a brand new wiring harness in. I'll check the front that goes to the headlights and probably save that. But down inside, I mean, everything looks good. Let me get you down in here so you can see. And then we'll try to check the frame head much better. I'm just glancing around here. Okay, let's look down inside here. It looks decent down in here. It really does. I know it's hard for you guys to see this. It truthfully does not look that bad. I just wish they wouldn't have hacked the dash out of it like they did, but that's okay. It is what it is. Factory fenders are on here. I'll have to get grills for it, And of course bumpers, no big deal. Somebody did add on, and I don't know why you would do that, and putting the big turn signals on from the later years. And that's exactly what they did. Who knows why folks do some of the things they do. These wheels are in really good shape. I know I probably won't keep them on here, but they're nice and clean. They're not built up with 50,000 years of rust on them and paint, you know. And if you notice, the yellow and the dash was yellow. Everything was yellow, even around the windshield if you pull the rubber. But the factory color was white. I don't see a paint tag anywhere unless I'm just being stupid, which is a possibility. But I see that it was white. There's no doubt. So factory was white. I'll try to look into it and see, because some of these whites almost look cream. Let me pop this tank out real quick. It's just 4 bolts. Come on, what the heck's going on here? Somebody put one 14mm bolt on. Be right back. All right, no big deal. I only got cranky for 5 seconds. Not bad. Okay, put these here. I'll get some of this out of here. Should have got the vacuum. It would have been easier. Let's just give this a lift. I want to peek under here. Ooh. Do you want to see? All right. Oh my. I thought it would be a little bit worse. Okay, let me reposition the camera. I'm nosy. I like to see pretty well. She's all solid. All solid. And that's what I'm going to have to remove. There's even a newer bolt. I don't know why they did that for, but it's okay. We'll change out the steering column and see what the deal is. I don't know why they did that, but they did. The frame head does look good. We'll be able to wire wheel and clean it all up. Nice and pretty. Not bad. That's even newer. They were doing a lot of messing around. They really were. It's okay. We'll make it right. One thing that I thought was really unique is these diamond plate running boards. I don't know who did this, but they really did a good job, like curving and bending everything. They must have almost had a brake. They're called brakes. They do that for gutters and siding to fold them, because this thing's like perfect. I probably won't keep them on here, but I thought it was kind of unique in all honesty. And they did both sides. I'm amazed. I mean, I'm not into the diamond plate for this, or maybe it'll grow on me. I don't know. I mean, they're strong, but they did such a good job with the fabrication. I don't know if I could have done it that good. They did a great job. So let me know what you think. It's something different. So we can see the 67 door handles. This one opens nice and smooth. Shuts very nice. So that one's fine here. Not so good on the other side, but I'll show you. But it's going to need new weather stripping. Of course, there's no door panels, no interior, anything like that. But let's get inside close up here a minute. And as you see, they hacked this dash out. So I'm going down to the salvage yard, since that other 67's sitting down there, there's 2 of them. And I'm probably going to cut the dash here all the way around. So I bring enough home with me and figure out how to mock it up and weld a dash back on. It looks like they cut the hinges One's here for the glove box, but the other isn't, so I'll have to get that figured out. But I'll go ahead and get that mocked up, cut it out. I'll do a quick video at the salvage yard just for the fun of it, and I got to have it right. It'll drive me crazy if I don't. So we'll go ahead and do that. And of course the headliner, I probably could fix it. We'll see. It really ain't bad. It just needs pulled tight here and re-glued. The rest of it really doesn't, there's nothing wrong with it. So I'll probably do a repair on it. We'll see, because they put the glass sunroof on, and I definitely am going to do a sliding rag top like you see here. The floor pans, they do look good. They were replaced. Like a universal heater channel, but it worked. It's going to need some welding done there. They didn't weld it to the bottom. They did an okay job. It still needs some welding done on it, you know, but that's okay. The luggage rack is all clean. Everything else looks pretty solid. Like I said, the headliner, oops, I missed them rips. It doesn't matter, because I wanted to put a sliding rag top on it anyhow. So not a big deal. Surprisingly, the sunroof doesn't leak. It's kind of weird. There's that old 80s style console. Let me see if I can fit it in real quick. You're supposed to trim that, as you can see. And pretty cool the way it sits. It needs trimmed slightly so that it would sit more even. But I kind of like those, because you can fit your stuff in there, an aftermarket stereo. I think they were setting it up for drag to put all their gauges in, which isn't out of the question, you know, but little welding work needs done there. I know it's like a Frankenstein car slightly, you know, but, and it looks like there's some Bondo here possibly, which they usually have that, you know, not a big deal. I wanted to get under the front end, so let me try to turn the wheels without the steering wheel on it. Okay, I was going to jack up the front end, but I better not, because I only have that holding it, and there's where it would go. So, the front beam looks really nice. I can see there's a larger aftermarket sway bar. My brain locked up. Ain't that weird? So they were setting this up for race. I know what they were doing. It's going to need ball joints, and that's okay. I can do another video on that for replacing ball joints, but we'll be putting all new stuff on it. Let's see if we can get up my frame head here. And as we look under, that frame head's nice. And the floor pans look very nice. I see they didn't put the bolts back in, but we'll go ahead and re-tap or do what we need to do to put the bolts in for the hold down. Not a big deal. Inner wells look good. Yeah, they definitely were replacing a lot of stuff on here. Let's go to the other side a minute. And as you can see, ball joints. But I want to pull all that apart anyhow and pull the front beam. That's just a mark on there, that's not a hole. And of course, clean the beam up, blast it, clean everything up. As you can see, probably need new rotors, but there's calipers on it. Let's turn the wheel the other way and see if we can ID the calipers. All right, I can't ID the calipers. I don't see an empty logo or anything on it. So it could be Carmen Gia setup, which is more than likely. So when I do get the wheel off of it, we'll go ahead and check it a little bit closer. All right, so for those of you that said this is a 4-lug, it's not a 67, that's because they did the disc brake conversion on it, okay? So that's why that I did match the VIN plate to the chassis. It is a 67. A couple of you guys were saying that's not. Yes, it is. The this was done, the conversion in the front, and we'll go over the back right now. I'm going to show you something on the passenger door that's a little hairy to work with, but I'll get it worked out. As you can notice, I went ahead and I sprayed the crap out of the hinge. I'm going to spray it again real quick. The bottom hinge is frozen slightly, but I'm going to show you the real issue behind the matter. So when we try to open this, you could see the bottom hinge moving. See the whole hinge moving? Always wave to the mailman. You can see the whole hinge moving, okay? Now I did manage to get the hinge freed up a little bit, but watch when I'm, see the hinge moving? It's only the bottom one, okay? And they sell this piece for it. You can see what I mean here. Watch the bottom, watch this screw right there. See how it's moving in and out? See it disappearing? Okay, that means I'm going to have to cut this section out and put that new piece in there and weld it in. It won't be fun, that's for sure, but it needs done. The plate came apart in there. But you know what? Not paying very much for this car, so it will be worth it. The top seems fine. No problems, just that one. So the dash still kind of bums me out a little. I'm going to fit that metal dash to this just to see what it looks like. The aluminum one piece. But okay, let's keep rolling. Sorry about that. So let's go ahead and close it up. Yeah, that hinge. We'll get that all right. It's not a big deal. So as we get to the back, we have 4-lug again. And I know it should be a wide 5. This was converted to IRS. So let's take a peek in the back. I'm on a hillside here, so I'll do the best I can. And these fenders, these German ones, can be worked with. There's a small dent here, so that can be worked out. But let's go underneath in the back and take a look. Okay, the bumper brackets are still on it. Sorry, this might be a little awkward at the back. And believe it or not, I have some bumpers for this. But see the aluminum firewall and side panels? They were doing a lot that tells me they were setting it up for a drag car. And looky, IRS. That is why you see what you do with the 4 bolts in the back, okay? And what they did is probably bought the conversion kit where they weld a bracket up inside there and you can change the trailing arms over. So, and I see newer shocks on the back. New brake line going across. So they were planning to do it the right way. They even put a new, where's my finger? New Bowden tube. So they were doing everything that they could to make it proper and ready. So I'm kind of happy it's an IRS, to be honest with you. I'd rather it be. I'm going to have to get those big bolts for the back. My brain stopped. So they already apparently had one in. We'll check it over and we'll try to mock up a IRS tranny and make sure everything fits properly. So looks pretty good though. Even the backing plates are nice and clean. So they had this all apart and did a lot of work to it, which there's a lot to do on it, but I think it's very helpful that they did that. I do believe that the deck lid is period correct. It's missing the license plate cover with the light built in, which is not a big deal. I'll be down to salvage yard Friday, and well, that's the day you're watching this, and I'm going to cut the dash. Well, we'll go over that in a minute, and I'll get what I need before them cars leave. But they definitely were into a lot of work with this. Let me get the light on. You can see how clean it is in there. Everything is in really, really nice condition. I like it. I like it, I like it, I like it. And over here, And on the driver's side, I'm not saying the car is perfect, but we can make it nice. A lot of the heavy work was out of the way, so definitely going to have to change the steering column though. It's part of the game. It is what it is. I'm going to have to, I might be able to buff these lenses out. These are shot. I don't think I could even grind them smooth and make them look pretty. Maybe. If you hear somebody, my neighbor's kids singing, yeah, well, no big deal. Oh, he's really having a good time up there. I see that this, it's not closing even. I don't know what the deal was with that, but obviously we will make it right. Not a big deal. I don't know. I like it. I'm very excited. Just wish they wouldn't have done that with that glass roof. But you know what? It's okay, because in all honesty, Heather wanted a reason to have a rag top. So that'll work fine with me. We'll just make her do it. And I think another thing you need is where the mirrors went on these. I like that. Okay, I wanted to go over the car, so we'll chat for a second and then I'm gonna leave you alone. Okay, so I wanted to give you an in-depth look at it. The car is really solid. I'm gonna have to mess with them 2 bolts that go up inside to hold the body down to the chassis. I really don't see no threads up in there, believe it or not, but maybe once I mess around, I'll get it figured out one way or the other. Outside of that, I think we got a winner here. Yes, I'm gonna have to go pull the steering column out at the junkyard and put it in here because they must have put a smaller shaft in it. I'm just changing the whole column out because there's a 67 down there. I got to cut the dash off, so I got to do that too. And there was one other thing I can't remember now. I'll figure it out. Me and Heather are going in a couple of days to the junkyard, so I'll have Heather film it. Actually, I'm going to have her do some of the work a little bit and probably film both of us then. What we'll do is switch off filming each other back and forth. I am going to have Heather pressure wash this and clean it off. She likes doing that, so if you want to see that, leave it in the comments. She can set up the tripod and do that. I don't feel like doing that, so I'll probably let her film pressure washing it and cleaning it off. And then we're going to stay on the 68, obviously, but I at least wanted to go over this real good because before the other 67 leaves the junkyard, I want to go down and get everything I need, like the steering column, the dash, you know, and do that. So, okay, let's go in the garage real quick. So that was this week's video. I know that I should be filming the 68 every single week, but I definitely been doing stuff in the background on it, and we will catch up on that. I know the 68 needs done first, and it will get done first, obviously. And then I got a 1970 convertible Beetle that we'll be doing a resto on for a friend. And we will go ahead and do that. And we're going to toggle the 67 back and forth while we're doing that. So I'm definitely going to need Heather to get involved a lot. Hope you guys don't mind that. And if you made it this far in the video, thank you for being here. We hit 10,000 subscribers. I'm really excited about that. I really am. Thank you all so much for being part of this community. The Facebook group is growing where we have our club meetings. You know, people jump off of there. Every Sunday night usually is the club meetings. You guys and gals have been great. This community is growing strong. People are sending me pictures of people with the T-shirts on that they've purchased to support the community. And hopefully if I can get a certain connection going, we might be able to get into a magazine. I'm not getting my hopes high on it. We'll see yet for the community. So I'll try my best. I really will. And I'll see y'all Sunday night. Bam.